Alright, Pravati, let's do this. The Master Control Terminal. It's time to redirect the power. Redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. Alright. Please select a destination. The power is currently being distributed to Edgewater and the Botanical Laboratory. So, I think both sides have both their pros and cons, obviously. I think both Reed Thompson and Adelaide want to succeed by putting each other at a disadvantage. With Adelaide, she wants to cut off power to Edgewater so that people will leave and potentially either join her. Well, yeah, I guess I don't think she plans on them going anywhere else but the Botanical Laboratory. I think it's to do with her getting back at Reed Thompson. I do think that she's a good person, but I do think that this is something. She feels like this is a personal thing for Reed Thompson, but I don't feel like everyone else at Edgewater should suffer for it. And the same thing for people at the Botanical Laboratory. I don't want to put them at a disadvantage because Reed Thompson wants them back at Edgewater. I think if you want to leave Edgewater, you have your right. The most favorable option that I want is just to let them both have power. But I do need either one. So, after speaking with Parvati and just like her talking about Edgewater, I think that I'm gonna go with like this option. I think this is the one I'm more comfortable with. Alright. So, power successfully redirected to Edgewater. Botanical Laboratory power regulator is now safe to remove. Edgewater Salt Tuna Cannery power regulator is now operating at optimal capacity. Additional structure damage detected. Permanent power failure detected in the Botanical Laboratory. Blatant disregard for Spacer's Choice property has been logged. Please report yourself to your designated supervisor for an immediate reprimand. Thank you for serving the Spacer's Choice family. Alright. Well, what's done is done. Got anything to say, Pravati?
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they didn't care much for me.
Well, alright. And I also have skill points available. I think it's best to even these out. Okay. So let me go on what else is 20. I'll go with leadership. Alright. Let us deal with the consequences now. Now it's time to head over towards the Botanical Lab. Alright. I can see everybody is gathered. Might as well speak with these people first. How's it going, guys?
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Hope Adelaide's okay.
Where's that?
One of us want to go see what happened?
Alright.
I know, I'm trying to think.
How do I Wait. Alright, let me speak with Adelaide. I can't get in, alright? She locked it. I know I'm supposed to go here. Oh, she's over there. I'm guessing she's protecting it.
One of us want to go see what happened?
Yeah. Let me just speak with the people I already know.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
I don't know how much longer we'll last without power.
Alright. How about you, Grace?
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
Yeah. What about you,
Don't
Siobhan?
see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running. Something I can help you with?
No. But...
Keep your wits about you, friend.
yeah.
I don't know how much longer we'll last without power.
What about you, Thomas?
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
Yeah. What about Zoe? I think she's the... Oh, I don't see Zoe. I think she lived over there. Just curious to see if she's still here. That's it. Nope. Did she leave too? What's going on? Oh, wait. I can come in here. Okay. Anything that's gonna help me calm her down? I know she made tea, but I'm pretty sure that's not gonna help. Oh, there you are, Zoe.
How do you expect me to enjoy the adventures of the masked marketeer with no power?
Yeah, they really wanna... Yep.
What happened? Sprat fell into a transformer again?
Yeah, they really want you to feel the consequences of your
Adelaide's
actions.
okay.
But these people did make Fallout, so... Or New Vegas, so... Alright, Zoe. Oh, wait. Alright, Adelaide. Yeah, I've been avoiding you, but it's time to talk.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Don't owe you an explanation. This isn't personal, Adelaide. I need your power regulator. Reed needs his people back. All three of these... I'll just be straightforward about it.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you. You're being unreasonable. Come back to Edgewater. What happened to you, Adelaide? All this anger had to come from somewhere. I need to find out why.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
You're being unreasonable. Come back to Edgewater.
As long as Reed is still in Edgewater, I will not return. Those are my terms.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Alright. Reed isn't just going to leave his post. I'll need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
I see. You think that'll convince Reed to step down? That's disgusting. What happens when you run out of corpses? Yeah, that is... I do need to think about that.
Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of crops.
I see. Well, enough talk. Alright, anything else to say?
Look at that. The snakes come back.
Alright. So first I gotta let them know. Alright. Thomas.
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
You won't survive without power. It's time to go back to Edgewater.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
So don't work at the cannery. You wanted to be an engineer. That's just fear talking. Edgewater's struggling. They need all the workers they can get. Yeah, he doesn't have to work at the cannery.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Yeah, I can see, like, he's grateful for what he got, because he was just kicked out of Edgewater. And I can see why he would be very loyal to Adelaide. Leave Adelaide behind. Then, Edgewater needs you. Why is that? Stay put. I'm gonna try to talk to Reed into stepping down.
You know where to find me.
Okay. I don't want him to try and, like, turn his back on Adelaide, because I do want her to go back to Edgewater. Alright, Grace.
I'm not in the lightest of humors right now.
I'm not trying to tell jokes. There's nothing left for you here. It's time to go back to Edgewater.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Yeah. Everybody here is very loyal to Adelaide. Alright, leave Adelaide behind, then. Edgewater needs you back. Thomas told me the same thing. Don't do anything hasty. I'm gonna try to talk Reed into stepping down. But yeah, Thomas told me the same thing.
Edgewater's not just a town to Adelaide. It's a symbol of everything that's wrong with this colony. A big, heartless machine of metal and gears grinding workers down to dust. We're the closest thing Adelaide's got to a family. We go back to Edgewater, she's gonna feel betrayed.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I'm gonna talk to Reed.
Sure. Suit yourself. I'll be here.
Alright. Let me talk to Adelaide.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Okay, never mind. So I guess I just gotta go to Edgewater to talk to Reed. Alright, here we go. Everyone else gathered up, or... Huh, so everyone's living their life normally here. Alright.
Heard something outside the walls today.
You think Corporate's ever gonna visit?
I believe here. There we go. Alright, Reed. It's time for us to talk.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Spoke to Adelaide. She won't come back so long as you're here. I delivered your message, but I haven't convinced Adelaide to come back. This one sounds better.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
I know. I know that... Okay. I'd say that good intentions are worth something, but I don't think that good intentions make up for actions that hurt people. A change of leadership might be what this town needs. Your town's a mess, Reed. The town's terrified of the plague. Abernathy asked me to steal medicine for him. You let Adelaide's son die. This one's more straightforward.
I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Attack, well, I tried. I'll need to think about this. Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with the plague. Adelaide made it clear she won't return unless you leave. I need to talk about how she can benefit everybody. But is it true they're not getting sick with the plague?
Unless you can demonstrate to me that we are helpless without her, I see no reason why I should stand down.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down. Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with the plague. Alright, persuaded.
You will excuse me for being skeptical? How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Look, Reed. All I know is that it involves some really complicated math, and it works. She's been using human corpses in her fertilizer. She's growing her crops with a special fertilizer. Alright.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
Can't you stay? You don't have to do this, you know. This can't be easy for you. What are your plans? Take care. You don't have to do this.
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
This can't be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
What are your plans?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You won't last a day outside the walls, you know.
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
Take care. Man. Anything else to say?
I already told you I'm leaving. Just give me a little while to collect my thoughts.
Yeah. Alright. Well, this song really just doesn't fit with the atmosphere right now. It's time to tell Adelaide the news. Alrighty. Wait, what? Yeah, you can't travel with enemies. Alright, let's get this over with.
Here they come!
There we go! Let's get rid of these nuts. Come on! Alright. Ugh. Alright. Yeah, we're good. Alrighty. Now, where were we? Alright, so I convinced Reed to leave. Let's see what Thomas and Grace have to say.
What happened? Sprat fell into it.
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
I wanted to ask you something.
What's on your mind?
Never mind. I assume Grace is the same thing if there's no dialogue for Thomas.
I'm not in the lightest of humors right now.
I know. Never mind then. Alright, Adelaide.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
I talked Reed into leaving. Come back to Edgewater.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
I see. Edgewater's better off with you running the place. I made a mess of things. Guess I'm trying to set it right. I prefer Adelaide as the leader of Edgewater, actually.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Yeah, take care. Suppose now it's time to pick up the power regulator. Well, else to say?
I need some time to gather my personals.
Yeah. Alrighty. Do I inform
I
Thomas?
know, I'm trying to...
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
Adelaide tells me she's moving back to Edgewater.
Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town. Something must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
Awesome. Might as well inform Grace. Yo.
Never liked Reed much. Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
Well, I'll leave you be. What about the deserters? Or Stefan?
Standing around the campfire is nice and all, until one of us starts singing.
Oh, you...
Something I can help you with?
You kid. But, anything else?
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Yep.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Of course.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Nice. Who else? Zoe. Where's Zoe? I think she is somewhere here. Oh, wait, no. Yo!
Got the strangest craving for Adrena time.
I'd like to have her at my party. She just seems like witty. Alrighty, you guys heading over, or...?
I'm glad Adelaide's coming back to town with us. With Reed gone, we're gonna need her leadership.
Yeah, alright. Well... Now where do we go? The Unreliable. Is that it? I suppose that's all we need to do over here. What's Adelaide doing? Oh, okay.
I need some time to gather my personals.
Suppose I can wait a day. Maybe that might change everything. Alright, before we head to the Unreliable, let's see, is any of the items in here fair game? Let's see. Anything shiny? Anything pick-upable? Let's see. And yeah, it's not fair game. Alrighty. Done all there is to do here. There we are. Cool. Wonder, is that chick still here?
Is this your ship?
Yes.
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater. You've never been on a ship before. Those people in Edgewater need you. True, but... I don't want to lose a companion. I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But... can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Sure. I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours. You just met me. Why would you want to go into space with a stranger? I'm not interested, Parvati. Goodbye. Well, I do want Parvati.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Aww. Well, this was one silver lining we've got here. Okay. Alright. Let's head up. Yo.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Yeah. Alright, Ada. I've got...
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Oh, shucks.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Well, I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Cool. I'll be back. Alright. Hopefully, I know what I'm doing. Or my character knows what he's doing. Install power regulator. It's as easy as pressing a button. Speak with Ada. Alright, Ada.
What can I do for you, Captain?
It is installed. I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Alright, let's get out of here. Or hold on, I need to take care of something. Don't think I need to take care of anything. Yeah, we already convinced Adelaide to go back to Edgewater, and the deserters are going to be following her. And Reed's leaving, so... yeah, I don't think I have any other quests. So, yeah, we're good. Against all odds, the Unreliable takes
We have
flight.
received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
I haven't heard him in a while. This better be quick. Good. I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Well, get to the point, Phineas. I'm feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time. Never been better. Yeah, he's not gonna believe me, but...
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Alrighty, fine. I'll go have a word with Gladys. Why do we need a nav key to land on a planet? Slow down. You're asking me to get involved with the black market? Or I could put a couple light years between me and Halcyon. Can I land somewhere outside of Stellar Bay? Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. hence Miss Gladys Culkelly.
Gotcha. Fine. I'll go have a word with Gladys. Right, the Black Marketer. What's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether? Right, the Black Marketer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Gotcha. I don't like the idea of working with a criminal. I mean, we're working with Phineas. Can I land somewhere outside of Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Alright, fine. I'll go have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I see. Alright, I'll put it to good use, thanks. You want to explain what a holographic shroud is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Really? Well, I'll put it to good use, thanks. You mentioned this thing has limitations. People will actually fall for this. Seems far-fetched. This one has limitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Alright. I'll put it to good use. People will actually fall for this. Why do we need a gadget for this? Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
Huh. Well, how the hell does a hologram sweeten your breath? True.
Science, that's how.
Ah. Well, I'll put it... Oh, people will actually fall for this. Seems far-fetched.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
Gotcha. I'll put it to good use, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab.
Gotcha.
And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
All right. Got it. So, this is the navigation terminal. But first, let me head over to the captain's quarters. Alright. Yo.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now.
Nice.
I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Nice. Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed. What do you think of the ship? I think it's time you move along, Parvati. break time's over. So, you learned your trade from your father?
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the humor. Reed seemed to have it in for you. Did you work beside your father your whole life? Did your dad ever work on spaceships? Let's talk about something else. I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Well, but you actually aren't good at this. You enjoy it. Why would people be unhappy about you getting a maintenance job? One aptitude test determines your whole life? Why would people be unhappy?
Because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater. When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually. You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening.
That's unbelievably cruel. You don't have any say in it at all? You make this sound implausibly efficient. But yeah, you don't have a say?
I reckon you could say, no thanks, I don't want a job. But then you don't got a job.
But you actually are good at this and you enjoy it. One aptitude test determines your whole life?
They're powerful good tests. They rattled off this whole list of names who'd worked on them, with fancy bits hanging off them. Doctors and esquires and the thirds. Even if you don't believe they actually catch what everybody's best at, everybody's got to take them. So at least it's fair-ish.
Huh. But you actually are good at this.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
Well, it's not for everybody. After school, you went straight back to Edgewater? You didn't like your classes? This has been interesting, but I want to talk about something else. You didn't like your classes?
Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing. Like, before they'd issue you a wrench, they wanted an essay on the design of different wrenches. Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches.
What did you do in your time off?
As soon as I got permission, I spent all my time in the machine shop. They had all manner of parts, but they didn't want me using them, so I had to sneak them sometimes. I even slept in there. Had a hammock tied up in the rafters. Before I left, I installed a little skylight for myself, so I could see the stars.
Aww. That's it? You didn't spend time with friends? Didn't have your own room? They never caught you? You never got in trouble? Build anything fun? I mean, I don't want to sound negative, so build anything fun?
When an engine came in, I'd strip it down and rebuild it. I mostly built for myself. Custom tools, little mechanical critters to talk to. When my roommates tried to talk, I'd get so nervous I'd be drenched in sweat. It was easier for everybody when I stayed off on my own. I doubt any of them remember me now.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Sorry, I shouldn't have brought this up. He wasn't that old, was he? Did you get much time with him after you got back from school? Yeah, I'm not gonna try and pry into something that's too personal.
Oh, I miss him, sure enough. But he's a fond memory. I was right beside him when he passed, holding his hand. Talking about him makes me smile. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects, or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Before? An interesting word. Okay, That makes me sound stupid, but... what do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape, considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA-120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space, but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent, but it does a good imitation. Apparently Ada's the one who actually flies the ship. Ada, how about you not invite yourself into a conversation? This one sounds nice.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Alright, GLaDOS. What do you think, Parvati? Is this safe to fly now that we got the regulator? Ada, Parvati will be fixing you from now on. I expect your full cooperation. I want them to get along.
I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Alright. Well, break time's over. Alright. Well, that was a good talk. You got anything else to say, Ada?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Well, I'm in the mood for some entertainment. Got a minute to talk? I'd like to learn more about the colony. Talk to you later, Ada. We've been doing a lot of talking. But, wait. How about some entertainment?
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Ada, tell me a joke. Ada, play my favorite song. That's enough for now. Tell me a joke.
What happened to the captain who kept pestering his ship computer? The life support was disabled. Ha, ha. Get it?
Yeah. She does have that whole, like, AI of, no, I'm not gonna try and compare it with GLaDOS. Like, I don't really know too much of her backstory, aside from just being, like, the computer. So, maybe they do give her a backstory, or maybe we get to know more about her later, so... Ada, play my favorite song.
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
Lovely. Thanks. It's not my favorite song. Thanks.
My pleasure, Captain.
Alright, that's enough for now.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Alrighty.
May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
I like the dry humor they give. Alright. Let's see. Holographic Shroud. This must be the captain's quarters. Edgewater Employment Community. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. That just... Alrighty, nothing in this bin, but at least we can transfer some of the stuff. Let's see, anything in here?
Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
Yeah. The Holographic Shroud. The Holographic Shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel, and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Alright, let's check out this terminal. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. This is a lot. Okay.
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
I'm pretty sure that's sleep. But yeah, I'll read that another time. I really wanna... Hello, Sam. There's no response from the automechanical unit. A serial number etched in its chassis includes the letters Sam. Leave it alone. Okay. Did I get a quest for him? The cleaning machine. Ask Ada about the Sam unit. Okay. Well, looks like... Okay, this is probably Parvati's room. A stern older man with warm eyes. Ah, Parvati's father. I suppose the modern steel wrench in you. This book is heavily dogeared with doodles in the margin. It's probably that from school. I suppose we can take these. Are there any repercussions or banged up toolbox? Full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a sawtooth blade. I suppose that we can take these. Alright. Cute little beans. Let's see. Anything else? Oh. Nice. That's one pro of having a companion. I see. Okay, this is probably Vickers' room. Doctoral Studies. Journal of Maximilian de Soto. And heavy metal. Okay. How you doing?
As always, I am at your disposal.
Cool.
Anything you'd like to discuss?
Oh, so we can get to know him too. I think since we already got to know Parvati, we can, save time to talk to him another time. Let's see. The Index of Banned Literature. Okay, so I guess I'll go through his stuff later. And if that's the case, let's see. Let me make sure I've gone through everything in Parvati's room so I don't have to do it again. Anything else to check out? Okay. Abigail. First wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. I really like the personality of these, like they give our companions. Makes them feel more alive. Alright. I checked everything in here. A glowy plant. Alright. Anything to eat. Voltka. And that's about it. Anything in the drawers? No. Nothing in these fridges, nothing in these drawers. Nothing in here. Alright. Let us go onwards. So this is so what do we have? We're here, so we need to get to, or we can go to Phineas's lab, we can go to Terra 2, we can go to the Monarch, we can go to Skilla. This is probably the sun. Alright, I guess we gotta go to Groundbreaker. Oh yes, Terra 2.
Destiny.
Welcome to the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system, as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location that you have unlocked. Though some landing bays require special codes and keys before they allow you to land there. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
Mission reached. The Groundbreaker.
Alright. Let's see.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
Yeah. What about her? She can't be that good. This place is a dump. Surgeon? Or can I wait? What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Cool. Sure. We could head over to the engineering now. I thought you said you could keep this boat in good repair. Are you asking to leave my crew and join hers? Don't think she'd be much help, but if you happen to be along, feel free to speak up. We can speak with her.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time.
Cool.
Did you want to talk about something else?
I guess we're good. Yeah. Oh, okay. Adreno, geographic scanner. I like having lockers, though. Let's see. Let me put something in here so that I can continue using this. Alright. And then transfer. What about an apple? Pretty sure I got some good apples. It's a good trade. Okay. Let's see what the Groundbreaker is all about.
Take someone to watch your back.
Yeah. We can get 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. We got Parvati and we got Vigor Max. I gotta get him some power.
Please.
I need to get him like a suit or something. Hello, Jane Elson.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by.
Cool.
Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
Thank you.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
Well, let's see. We gotta speak with...
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses? He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get juked with me again, you little backbait rat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Huh. Wait, guys. Wait, do you have something to say?
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a
Fine.
report.
What about you?
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process
Alright.
you.
And what about you?
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
How you doing? I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
Man, I'd like to hear your side. What happened? I heard you knocked someone out with a tossball stick. It's almost like you wanted to get arrested. The guard threatened to toss you out of an airlock. What happened?
I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
I see. And that's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right? So you defended the honor of your team. Oh boy. You were responsible, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick.
Gotcha.
Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Man. Well, yeah. I've always had a thing just to, like... I don't know, I've always sort of been pissed at, like, higher-ups just feeling like they're better than everyone else because of like their position. Got any plans? Sounds like you're better off on your own. You're just lucky you're not serving a sentence. Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
That's me, Captain of the Unreliable. Technically, the previous captain died in a horrible accident. Why do you ask? That's me, Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
Oh, thanks. I forgot your name, I'm FD. You're in a hurry to get somewhere. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say my name's FD. You're in a hurry to get somewhere.
Not at all. Just, you know, gonna figure out what to do next. See you around, boss.
Gee, thanks. Anything else?
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Well, alright, it's time to go to Gladys.
Customs and inspection, right this way!
Hello.
Identification, please.
Present Hawthorne's ID. Here you go. Say, hypothetically speaking, I don't have an ID. What happens then? Here you go.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Gee, I wonder what...
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
Hopefully. How do I get this resolved? So I'm stuck here. Take it back. I'm not Hawthorne, and that isn't my ship. Well, might as well try and fix this problem. How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
I see. Any idea why my ship was impounded? I take it this happens a lot, or... Yeah, why?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
I see. Great. I'll go talk to him and straighten this out. This has to be a mistake. I'm gonna wring this Bedford's guy's neck. Wonder if I can bluff my way.
Not gonna lie, you're in a pickle. But Udom's an interesting guy. Might be y'all could come to accords if you play your cards right.
I see.
Huh. Records show this ain't the first time your ship's been impounded. Seems to get cleared up pretty quick. You might not be in this pickle for long.
I see.
Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure. Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Gee. Got it. Your shipment?
A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Let's see. I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Nice. Look for a drink. Any recommendations? Can I find a job around here? Does he have work?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck.
I see.
Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
I'm looking for something a little more local. How does Halcyon Holdings work, anyway? Didn't think there were many independent operators in the system. What do you know about Sublight Salvage? That's all I need to know about work. Look at first at a little more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me.
I see.
Chief Jun Lei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards.
What?
I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
How about something long-term? Got it, thanks. Or how about something larger?
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know.
I see. How does Halcyon Holdings work anyway?
Are you pulling my leg?
I'm new around here. Just want to hear your take on it. Just fooling you. Of course I know how the board works. I just want to hear your take on it.
Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
I see, so it's the man. The board runs most of the systems, don't they? And how does Groundbreaker fit into that? So there's actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads in it? Kinda curious.
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
The board runs most of the systems, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
So how does Groundbreaker fit into that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope.
Yo.
Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirtside, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
Got it.
Glad to help.
I didn't think there were many independent operators in the system.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
What do you know about Sublight Salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
Alright. Well, that's all I need to know about work.
Alright.
I'm looking for a drink. Any recommendations?
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side.
Huh.
I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Got it.
You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
What can you tell me about Udon Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
Well, sounds like a fun guy. So there's tension between Groundbreaker and the board? Thanks for the info. So there's tension.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Yet your station's in a state of disrepair. You could make the board fix it. Why can't Groundbreaker and the board just work together? I'm glad it terrifies them. The bastards. Keep pushing them. Sounds complicated. So why can't they work together?
You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share. Not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that.
Well, your station's in a state of disrepair. You can make the board fix it.
You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway.
I see. Well, thanks for the info.
Sure thing.
See you around.
Be seeing you.
Wow, we just got introduced to a whole new world, basically. Alright, so... Okay, this is... Vending machines. We've got 2 vending machines. I think I've got... Yeah, I've got enough. What about their armor? Okay, whoa, wait. What's the difference? Why is this one 700? Is it the level? That's... alright. Alright, what about this one? Never mind. Okay, this one's mainly for weapons. Okay. Oh, they got a light machine gun. I might want to take that. They've got an axe, light pistol, tremor cleaver. Okay, nothing we haven't seen thus far yet. So this is a different one? I heard just 2 different sounds. Whatever. Let us head towards Gladys.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Oh, man.
Captain, could I have a moment of your time? Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time. While we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
I see. You know somebody who can read the book?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Baconu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
I see. Well, this sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him? Seems like a bit of a long shot. What makes you so sure? Seriously? Only one guy in this whole colony that can translate French? A former what now?
You caught me. Listen, the OSI frowns on fraternization with philosophists. I'd like to keep my associations with our scholar friend quiet.
Okay. Sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
So you can find out where you went. So how will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend? How is it that a simple vigor happens to be just such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
A lot of things you can learn in prison, I suppose. Sounds good, let's go. How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
I see. Sounds good, let's go. Sounds good, let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
Alright. Man, all this... yeah, we didn't have that much action, but...
Rizzo's Purpleberry Fudge. A soft, sour candy shell around a sweet purpleberry flavored center. Suck it, chew it, you can do it.
Yeah. Man, this is
Rizzo's Purpleberry Crunch.
Alright, I don't want to hear that. I like this site, it looks so cool. It's like a fucking Star Wars-ish thing. Like the cantina from Star Wars. But yeah. Alright, so it looks like we gotta go see Gladys for contact. And then we also gotta, get our ship back.
You been flying the outer systems route lately? Deader than a space caterpillar out there.
Traffic's down all over. Even the inners are holding on to their manufacture. Exports are way down.
I know one crew, their skip drive burned out. Couldn't get a new one for love nor money. Ended up selling the ship for scrap.
Cool. That was a lovely conversation. Alright. So we've got so many people to meet. So a lot of this is just has to do with... Never mind! Okay. A lot of this has to do with exploration. So, yeah. Because when we come back, we're gonna have to, explore Groundbreaker and just talk to a lot of people. Yeah, I can see that we're not gonna have that much fighting or action at the moment, but I suppose exposition is important. But anyway, thanks for watching. My name is FD, and have a nice day.